Hello, hello, hello. Oh my gosh. Hey, Mika. Mika, how are you? You're early today. That makes me happy because it might just be you and me. Tina, I don't know if Tina's here. I haven't seen Tina. Um, I just saw Christina over in Vanessa's sprints. Um, so I think she's like sprint hopping. There's a bunch of different people sprinting right now. So yeah, Tina may be sprint hopping too. I don't know. Mm. Oh, Mika, you're going to be proud of me today because, oh, Mika, I am proud of you. I saw your the diamond. What do you call it? The diamond painting? It's not painting, but it's not cross stitch. The diamond art thing that you did. It looks complicated. I feel like that diamond art thing, it's like a craft that would take me forever to do. But did you like it? It looks good. Tina, hey Tina, I'm not joining you on screen today right now. Ah, it's nice to not be on screen. It's nice. It was nice to not be on screen on Monday during your sprints, and I just was over in Vanessa's sprints, and it's nice to like not be on screen but still be able to do all the chatting, right? Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. So, what have you guys been up to? Tina, did you see Mika's diamond art on her Instagram, on the art Instagram? It's actually called diamond painting. Yeah, that's what confused me because it's not painting. Oh, and you're working on it right now. Why is it called diamond painting? This I don't know. This is what threw me off. Like I don't understand. It's not painting. But it's not really cross stitch. What it's like glue? I have the hiccups. Are you gluing? And it's not, oh my gosh, I really do have the hiccups. It's not even diamonds, is it? I mean, it can't be. Otherwise, that kit that you got would be like $5 billion. But you're like, I don't know what it is. It's gluing. It's sewing. Are you sewing them in? No, I didn't. I'll go look. Yeah, 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 yeah. It looks really cool. So far, I've only finished one corner. Oh, so it does take a lot of time. Oh, I did see it this morning. It's so cute. It is, right? Hey, Christina. Good afternoon. Hope you are well. Just getting my second coffee and sprint hopping, sharing some of the we have to be up, then let's be productive hope with the like button. Thank you, Christina. Sharing the love. It's like color by numbers, but with little plastic beads. Yeah, and then do you glue? Oh, wait, Mika is telling me here. The canvas is sticky. Oh, okay. So you just stick the diamonds to it with a pen, right? They're not diamonds, are they? They're like, uh, what are they made out of? Are they plastic? They're not real jewels. That would be, can you imagine? Can you imagine if it was like real jewels? Or are they like Swarovski crystals? That might even be expensive too, but sorry, typo color by number, not color my number. Yeah. Hey, Christina. Hey, Christina. All right. So, Mika, you're going to keep working on your craft. I am going to keep reading my Portuguese book. I would like to get through. Oh, I need to look and see. I was going to say I'd like to get through 2 chapters, but if the chapter's really long, then I'd like to get through 1 chapter. It's probably really long because she was on the boat and now she's back off the boat. I think. Usually that's how it goes. Hey, Mika. Acrylic resin, anything. And they really just stick to the board. Interesting. Hey, Tina. I'm doing pretty good. How about you? I'm doing pretty good. I had a pretty productive day. I'm trying to learn about LinkedIn. Yeah, one of my business besties was like, you got to be on LinkedIn because that's where like all of your potential clients are. So I was like, okay, I don't really know anything about LinkedIn. So I was learning LinkedIn today. And yeah, is it like Instagram for professionals? Maybe, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, listen to my audiobook while doing my diamond painting, DP. DP means something else, Mika. Oh yeah, like bedazzled, but they're really small, right? It's hard to get scale in a picture, and they're flat on one side, so you just stick them on the thing. Christina, have you done this diamond painting thing? Oh no, my husband came in and touched the canvas, which promptly stuck to his fingers. The glue is hella strong. Oh my gosh. Did it ruin the painting thing? I have to finish about 50% of the Great Hunt by tomorrow at 4:30. I have not been able to focus on it yet. How much is 50%? Like hours and hours of reading? Can you focus on it tonight? No, I haven't done them, but I watch Neville. I don't, I need my glasses. Ah, hmm. You know, sometimes I wish that I was craftier than I am. I need to work on cleaning my room, and I'm reading Peachy Scream by Anna Gerard. Is this one of your, are you still reading like all your favorites in February? And is this one of those? Peachy Scream. Oh gosh, 10 or 11 hours. That's you've got a lot to do before 4:30 tomorrow. Eee. Neva. Thank you. I love phonetic spellings. Phonetic. I love people that tell me how to pronounce things by like writing it the way we would say it. Neva. She sprints with Nicole. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. And she likes to do the diamond painting. It's not really a favorite, but it is a cozy. All right. Tina, how many books have you read in February? How many favorite? How many like, because you're doing like, you were doing a favorites challenge, I think, right? Was that in February or is that in March? I thought you said it was February, but can't remember. Yeah. I have actually read way more books this month than I was planning on reading. And which is why I'm now just reading the Portuguese because I need to like slow it down a minute. Yeah, I need to do at least 5 hours a day, but I have to immersive read it with no distractions, and I get distracted easy, but I'm liking it. I feel like with all the sprinting and keeping track of all of that, that's enough to distract you from getting the work done. 5 hours. It's a lot to read today and tomorrow. What do you have to read it by 4:30? Is it like a buddy read or something? Or what's happening at 4:30 tomorrow? You have to return the book to the library? What's happening? Why are you on a timeline? Oh, okay. Favorites of this month. I read 8 favorites. And did you still like them? Are they still your favorites? Or like, did you read them the second time and go, why was this my favorite? That's what happened in our book club the past couple of months. The person that recommended the in-person book club, the person that recommended the book had read it like a while ago. And then when they reread it again, they were like, I don't know why I recommended this book. Eeks. So I'm curious when we do lessons in chemistry, like, I've been raving about it, how it's so good. I wonder if when we read it again in May, if I'll be like, oh, maybe it wasn't that good after all. I don't know. Libby is taking it back. Okay, then you definitely have to read Although I guess you could take it out again, but then, like, yeah. None of them were reread. They're, oh, favorite authors or favorite series. Oh, then that makes more sense. Ooh, favorite authors. Yeah, I'm trying to think. When I read, oh, typically when I read it, I enjoy it more. I feel the same way. Like, I don't think I've ever reread a book and not liked it. Yeah, I don't think I ever have. And I've reread. I last year I reread a lot of books. Um, like within the same year, where I was like, oh, I really like. I need a pick me up. Maybe I needed like I don't know, like if I was in like reading like books that I wasn't enjoying a lot, I was like, I need to. I have to break this streak. So I need to pick up a book that I really really loved. And so I would go back and reread something, and I was never disappointed. It always put me right back in like a happy mood to reread. So yeah, Tina, I'm the same way. When I reread, I usually enjoy it more. Boy, so all right. Should we do our first sprint? And should we read like we'll do about what is it, 45 minutes or so? We'll read to the top of the hour. Is that a good, does that sound good to you guys? 45 minutes? That's a good time for me to get like into my Portuguese chapter and start getting, into the rhythm of the language. Yeah, 45 minutes. So let's go to the top of the hour. Let me fix my banner here. We're reading until the top of the hour. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. All right, 45 minutes is good for Tina. All right, then, here we go. Be reading. All right. That is like the top of the hour. Oh my gosh. So what happened? I thought, so I finished a chapter. She was still on the boat. And I feel like there's still a storm, but I actually kind of don't really know. Uh, but I learned a lot of new words like swallow, the sea is swallowing everything, which makes me think there's a storm, right? And she broke her pinky toe. So, yeah, we got that. And there was a seagull flying around that landed for a minute, and then she went to go get bread for the seagull. And by the time she came back up, the seagull was gone. And she was like, oh, yeah, well, you're going to die because there's only water all around. Like, you can't see the coast. Like, good luck to you, seagull. So, this is what I got out of my chapter. Not the most fun, not the most fun to read. So, let's see what's happening here. Okay. Good Omens. Is that what you're reading? No, you're doing, oh, you're listening. You're listening to Good Omens, a reread, though it's my first time reading it in Norwegian. Mika, I can't, the translator did a stellar job. You put me to shame when I'm like, I feel like there was a piece of bread and a seagull, and you're like doing these complicated books. And right, everyone is telling Nathaniel that Kata is evil, but I'm actually invested in their quiet, subtle. Wait a minute. Invested in their quiet, subtle love story. Mika, are you going soft on us? Christina had a productive sprint. I made lunch for my son, folded and put away the laundry, made the bed, and chatted a bit while sprint hopping. Well done, you. I think I will get to read this next sprint. Good, because you got 10 hours to do. Damn it, I think that I like love stories when they're like this. Ooh. See, Mika, I knew that you liked love stories. I think maybe you just read a bunch of like terrible ones. Went from 37 to 53. That's like really good. Maybe your book sounds interesting. I wish there was an English audiobook for it. I wish there was an English translation for it because I feel like it is interesting, but I feel like I'm missing so much of it. Or I also just had like a bad, the part that I read, I think it just either there's nothing really going on, or it just all went over my head. Maybe, you know, how some chapters like just kind of don't have anything going on. But I feel like this book has all of these meanings. Anyway, she's on the boat. Let me see. Where is she going? In the next chapter, is she off the boat? Yes, she's back on land, back in the past. Yeah, so I feel like what's happening, I need Beatrice, Beatrice that does the Portuguese book sprints. I need her to do a buddy read with this on me, with me on actually, that's what I need. I need her to do a buddy read with me on this so that she can like explain all the parts that I'm missing in English. So it seems to me like while they're on land, the 4 or 5 women that buy the flowers at the flower shop become friends, and then somehow they've like cooked up this like boat trip that the main character is supposed to take on her dead husband's boat when she doesn't really know how to sail. It sounds like something I would do. Like just go on a boat out in the middle of the ocean in Spain, sailing somewhere to do something when I don't know how to do it. Yeah. So it goes back and forth in time from when she's on the boat sailing to I don't know where. And then in the past, when they were like cooking up the trip, at least I think that's what's happening. I don't know. It's pretty good though. Like, I don't know. The last time I read, there were some like really like stuff that I wrote down, like a quote from the book that I wrote in my reading journal. It was like super profound. Yeah. Mika, maybe you're entering your romance era. I feel like Mika's going to start listening to Taylor Swift songs. She's going to start listening to Evermore and Folklore and Lover. Yeah. Well, Mika has like a super romantic story of her own. So I feel like that surprises me that she's not into romance more. Because I think her story of how she met her husband is like, I think it's romantic. But I guess it is like a, what did she call it? Subtle, quiet, subtle love story. Those are, I think, the best kinds of love stories. Oh, I read a book last week that I thought was going to be a love story. And it was, I guess, but it was not what I thought it was going to be. And it was really, really good. It was so good that when I finished it, I immediately read another book by the same author, and it was amazing. And now you're like, what books were those, Vivian? I would like to know. And I read them both in one sitting, like in 4 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Yeah, they were amazing. Oh, I was thinking about this morning. Are you planning on doing the summer book club again this year? I was just thinking about that this morning because I was trying to organize a bunch of my like paperwork, and I saw all of the summer reading challenge book club stuff, and I was like, am I doing that again this year? And this morning I was like, no, I'm not doing it again this year. And I wasn't like, then I felt like maybe I wanted to do it again this year. So the answer is, I don't know. Tina, would you like to do it this year? Would you like me to do it this year? I mean, I feel like it was a good time last year. But yeah, I don't know. But I was thinking about that this morning too. I don't know. I don't know if I am. What book is it? I know, great minds, we are thinking alike. I'll get back to your question, Tina. The love story is in. Oh, you were reading that last time on Monday. The Lost Future of Pepper Harrow. I, shoot. I looked that up. That's the one where he goes to Tokyo. I didn't think that was a love story when I like saw the thing about it. Okay, maybe I'll read it then. So the two books that I read, let me see, what's the author's name? One of them was one that I planned to read called 5 Years in 5 Years or something about 5 years. Hang on, let me find out what this woman's name is. What this author's name is. Come here, you. And it's about this woman who like gets gets a promotion at her job and then gets engaged and then goes home and like falls asleep and wakes up like after like 20 or 30 minutes, she thinks, and she's in a different bed with a different ring on her finger. And then there's a different man that she doesn't know who walks into the room, and she looks at the TV because it's like the news is playing or something, and it's 5 years in the future. And she spends an hour in the future and then is back in her 5 years before life. And what she sees in those 5 years, or what happens in those 5 years, like, I'm not going to say anymore. But it's not what I thought it was. Really good. So it was really good. And I finished that book. And then I was like, what else has this woman written? Because it's one of those books that's like what's the book the lines we leave behind, where the end isn't necessarily a happy ending, right? Like it doesn't all tie up and everything is like they live happily ever after. Um, but it wasn't like a terrible end. Like it wasn't like a sad ending, really. I mean, sort of it was, but it was one of those stories where I'm like, yeah, this is probably how life would really work out, right? Where it's not the way you thought it was going to go, and like it's not true love lives for whatever. But it was really good. So I was like, I got to find out who this author is, because if she's writing those kind of what I think are very realistic love stories and realistic stories, I got to find out what else she's written. So she'd also written a book called The Dinner. Hang on, let me see. The Dinner List. All right, and her name is Rebecca Searle, Srle. So The Dinner List. So both of these books I put as like best story idea, best like plot, not plot line, but best like idea for a story. So this one, oh my God, this one was so good. It's about like this woman who shows up at her birthday party, right? She's in her 30s, I guess, shows up at her birthday party and her birthday dinner. It was just supposed to be her and her best girlfriend having like dinner at a fancy restaurant. So she shows up at the restaurant and she sees her girlfriend there. And then she also sees 5 people who were on her list, you know, that famous question of if you could choose any 5 people to have dinner with, living or dead, who would you pick? So it was her 5 people. So it's like 4 different people from like real people that she actually knew and from different parts of her life, and Audrey Hepburn. And like they are there to have dinner. And it's like, it's so good. Yeah. So In 5 Years and The Dinner List by Rebecca Searle. They were both, I think they're both Kindle Unlimited, but I could be wrong. I might have read them on Scribd Everend. But I read them both in one day and they were great. Both of them. Loved them. Love, love, love. Yeah. Mika, did you read the first book? Pepper Harrow? Did you read the first book or you just read the second one and it was fine? It was fun last year. I would love for you to do it again. But if you're not interested in it, I totally understand. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about it because it was kind of a lot. And I feel like I'm not exactly sure what's gonna be happening this summer. Hopefully good things are happening this summer. And maybe the summer book club is one of those things. It sounds crazy. It is crazy. Both of them were crazy. And I've heard of In 5 Years. I heard people didn't like it because it wasn't romance. I know, because it's not what you think it's going to be, which is what made me like it. Because you're sort of following along and you're like, what is going to happen? What's going to happen here? What is going to happen here? And then it happens. And then you're like, oh, well, now what's going to happen? And then that happens. And then you're like, oh, and now here's how we got to 5 years down the road. And it's like it just breaks your heart. But it's kind of like, okay, at the same time. Yeah, I can see why people wouldn't like it because it's not like your normal, it doesn't follow the normal, like how you think it's going to go. So, oh my gosh, but I loved it. I feel like I would have a hard time reading like time travel books because of the effects the characters have on time. Well, here's the thing, like she was only there for an hour and it wasn't like so then she came back and like she was like, was it just a dream? Until 4.5 years later, and things like she was like, oh my God, there's the man from my dream, right? So yeah, which I liked that premise because it was like, okay, she's only there for an hour and she doesn't even know if it's real, right? Like it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And here's what I like about every time travel book I've ever read, and I'm saying this off the top of my head, but I don't think anybody was ever able to change change anything. And so that's the cool thing. Like in the book, when they get to 5 years down the road, the like exactly what happens is exactly the same scene, but it means something completely different. But it's the exact same scene. Like they're doing the exact same thing and they're saying the exact same words. It's just it means like it means something. It doesn't mean what I thought it meant 5 years earlier. Oh, it's just good. I liked it. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna stop talking about it. The first book is The Watchmaker of Filigree Street, and I loved it. And I don't think, oh, okay. I don't think Pepper Harrow would make sense if you don't know Watchmaker. Okay. I didn't realize that it was a series, but that's good to know, Mika. Like, have you changed something in the past? It'll affect so many things now. Yeah. Like, for real, you sort of have to suspend your belief with Outlander because it is true. All those people that Claire saved, probably like because she's like doing medical stuff with them, right? They probably would have died if she hadn't been there, or maybe not. So maybe she changed things, maybe she didn't. And then can you change something if, like in the past, you were actually there? And it kind of makes me think maybe this is how things get invented, is because people go from like, I don't know. It can totally mess with my brain when I start really thinking about it. But yeah. Yeah. Like I guess that's always the question, right? Is can you change the past? No, I have not. I have not read The Seven Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. Um, it was on my like TBR list last year, I think. And then when I decided this year I'm not doing like a big TBR, I took everything off. You think I should read it? You think I should put it on for like March or April? Yeah, I was really afraid that Frank would be revealed to be related to her. I know. Oh, or like the whole idea that if Jamie killed Frank, or if Jamie killed Randall, like what would happen then? Because Frank wouldn't exist, which meant that Claire would never have been in Scotland for her honeymoon because she wouldn't have married Frank, which would mean that she never went through the stones, which would throw the whole thing off, right? Too many factors. Ooh, because that's the best time-bending murder mystery ever. All right. Then what am I doing in March? Let me see. Maybe I'll write this down in March. Evelyn Hardcastle. Ooh, I've already got like a bunch of books I got to read. Oops. Evelyn Hardcastle. Yeah, so I'm judging the BookTube prize, and I have like 6 books I have to read before the end of March. And ask me how many I've already read, and the answer is 0. And they're all nonfiction. But I am going to read one this weekend. I bought it. It's on my Kindle, and I'm going to read it this weekend. And then I'm going to do the other 5 in March. So my March is a little bit full because I feel like nonfiction always takes me a little bit longer. But maybe not. We'll see. So I put Evelyn, The Seven Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, on my March library. Because, yeah, I haven't read it. And if it's the best time-bending murder mystery ever, I feel like it sounds really good. I like, I like, I like time bending. I like time travel books. And I like books that are like, what if? Like, and I do always feel like it is very important to know what to do if you happen to fall back into time or go forward into time, right? So I like to read books about that. In case it ever happens to me, I'll have some like framework for how to deal with it. Because you never know. You never know. You never know. Crazy things happen all the time. All right, should we do another sprint? Okay, Christina, cucumber mint infused water. That to me feels like you're drinking grass. I know it's like super fresh, and I know it's what they serve at the spa, but I can't get into that. I was a bit distracted there for a minute. Well, we are about to go to another sprint. So let's go to like the top of the hour again, right? I'm going to try to get through one more chapter. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. I don't know. That seems like a lot. I'm going to channel my inner Mika doing Norwegian and try to read 6 pages of Portuguese. It's better than grass, but not as good as a cocktail. Stuart Turton must have juggled a ton of notes to not get confused with Evelyn Hardcastle. Okay, so is it one of those that I'm going to have to like keep like a family tree and stuff? Ooh. I like it when it's that complicated that like the author has to like piece it all together. Or coffee. Yeah, I do like coffee. All right. All right, you guys. Let's keep going. Top of the hour. We'll do another reading sprint. So it's like 40 minutes. And hopefully, Christina, you can make some headway on your 10 hours of reading. And Tina, maybe you'll get to like 75% of your book. And Mika, how's the diamond painting? How's it going? All right. I'll see you guys at the top of the hour. Okay, that is the end of that sprint. Whew, I almost finished my chapter. Almost, almost. All right, where are we at here? Ooh, I also like strawberry tangerine water. Oh, but it's the wrong season. They be not cheap. I think it's strawberry season, I think, here in Portugal. And I only say that because I'm starting to see strawberries everywhere in the stores. Which seems weird to me because like strawberry season in the summer is like July, June, July, June. Uh, so yeah, it's weird that I'm seeing them everywhere here, but I am, and I love strawberries. It makes me super happy. Oh, okay, so I don't need a family tree, but we're not only jumping in time. Oh, okay, this sounds like a really good book. Ears are ready to go. Okay, Christina, how did it go? Did you get some reading done? Hey, Pete Pablo 1999. Welcome to my reading sprints. Welcome to my channel. I think it's your first time here. I don't know you, Pete Pablo 1999. Welcome, welcome. Skylar is here. Hey, Skylar. I keep wanting to call you Sky, and then I have to go, nope, she likes Skylar. I'm listening to a series of unfortunate events, the beginning. Ooh, that sounds foreboding. Is that the right word? I don't know. A series of unfortunate events. I was going to say this could be my memoir, but no, it's not. Ooh, Tina's at 65. All right, very good, very good. I forgot to read. It goes fast, right? I did get everything ready to go though. Okay, so you're ready to go then for the next one. Yeah, like it 40 minutes. Well, I think we only had 40, a little somewhere between 40 and 45 in the last one. And yeah, it goes fast. I kept looking up at the clock going, am I going to be able to finish the chapter? And the answer was no. It was no. Yeah. The answer was no. But I learned the Portuguese word for smartass. So now I can like go around calling people a smartass if I want to, which I don't because that's kind of mean, but kind of funny. Like I could call my friends that. And they would be like, what does that word mean? And I'd be like, have you ever heard? I have never heard of it. I've never heard of it. Lemony Snicket? I have heard of Lemony Snicket. Is that what this is? Lemony Snicket, a series of unfortunate events? Is that like on Netflix? Hang on, I feel like I need to look this up. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do it here. Is it a series of unfortunate events? A series of unfortunate events. Lemony Snicket. Oh, it was a movie with Neil Patrick Harris, my like favorite actor. No, but I've never heard of it. Has everybody here read this book, read this like series except me? And I've never watched the series either. Have you guys all read it? This book is really hard for me to focus on. I have the audio and the physical book, but even just running to the bathroom, I lose where I am. Ugh. I feel like this book is going back to Libby, and like you're gonna have to take it out again in like 6 months. Yes, you've read it. There is a movie and a show series. In Pepper Harrow, we now not only have the psychic watchmaker, but also ghosts. Wait, Mika, you're still reading Pepper Harrow? I thought you finished Pepper Harrow. Oh my God. But there's a psychic and ghosts. And it's a quiet love story. There's a lot going on in that book. I like the Jim Carrey version, but that could be because I saw that first. Ooh, so this is like old. Hang on. What is Wikipedia saying about this? Wikipedia is saying 13 children's novels. Oh, by the author Daniel Handler under the pen name Lemony Snicket. I mean, I don't know anything about these books. Oh, the books are noted for their dark humor, sarcastic storytelling, and anachronistic elements, as well as frequent cultural and literary allusions. The first novel, The Bad Beginning. All right, Skylar, are you reading the whole series? I think we read them as kids. I did not read them as a kid. I was reading the Boxcar Children. Hey, Nicole. First time visiting your sprints at work trying to get stuff done. All right, I can support at work trying to get stuff done. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to our sprints. Hi, Christina and Tina. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Nicole. It's about three orphans who are put in the custody of their crazy and abusive relative, played by Jim Carrey / Neil Patrick Harris, I'm guessing. All right. Three orphans in the custody of their crazy and abusive relative. Those books are crazy, Nicole says. We read them to our son. We got burnt out on book 10. And my husband managed to slog it out until the end. And his 13 is really the end. Like, this guy's like not writing any more books. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page, which is why I'm like staring. Huh. Huh. All right. Well, the Boxcar Children are just a little bit older. Yeah, this one came out when my eldest was younger. I like the Boxcar Children and have a small, oh, I've been thinking that I should try to reread some of the Boxcar Children. Because it's like the one series that I remember as a child actually going to the library and like sitting in the stacks and just like reading them voraciously before like my mom said, time to go, time to go. And all I remember is they were like brothers and sisters who I guess were orphans, very much like the Lemony Snicket kids. And I feel like they went to live, I don't know if it was like a foster family or if it was like a relative. And there was a boxcar, an abandoned boxcar in the backyard. And I might be making this up because like that was 45 years ago or something when I was reading these books, 50 years ago. Oh my God. And they like lived in the boxcar. And I remember thinking that that would always be so cool, like to live in a boxcar. And I was thinking about this the other day when I was seeing like those shipping container homes. I was walking by the marina and like a big ship came in with all the shipping containers on them. So it got me thinking about shipping container homes. And I was like, I feel like that's just like the Boxcar Children living in a shipping container home, except fancy. So I'm like, maybe I should live in a shipping container home and live out my childhood dream of being one of the Boxcar Children. No, you're getting pretty close to what I remember too. Okay, good. Yeah, I vaguely remember. I mean, I remember sitting there reading it, but I don't remember like any of it. And there's a movie of the Boxcar Children or of Lemony Snicket. Wait, a box? Actually, you know what? I think a boxcar is a shipping container. And they just like, it's a shipping container that they put on rails. Because I think that's what they do, right? They lift it on the big giant crane off the ship and just plop it down on a railway car. Is that what it is? It's just a shipping container. Am I wrong about this? Someone who knows these things, tell me if I'm right or wrong. Yeah, that would be so cool. I know. I'm living out my childhood dream. Oh, I looked it up, like a railway car. Yeah, a railway car. A boxcar is part of a train. I was imagining a car that they drew a steering wheel on and pretend it was a car. No, 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 no. No, no, like a railroad boxcar. A cardboard box. That's funny. It's the car that carries luggages and supplies. Oh, is it? That's the boxcar. We're talking serious olden days here now, like the olden times when like the railroads were first being used. Yeah. But like that boxcar, like, yeah, boxcars are just what they use to like transport stuff. I don't know. Like the one, yes, like the ones you'll see people hopping into when they rode the train without a ticket. Yeah, like if you watch like old movies, or if you watch like what was that movie with George Clooney where he was oh brother, where art thou? Where they're like hopping onto the train and jumping in. Yeah, they're jumping into a boxcar. And they're big. And passenger cars and dining cars. Yes. And sleeping cars. And sleeper cars. I see you, Christina. Oh my goodness. All right, you guys, what are we doing? Are we doing another sprint here? We could do another one and come back at the top of the hour quickly to say hello and goodbye. So we do another 45 minutes and I can finish my chapter. And Christina can get to like 10% on her book, maybe. Christina can get at least a half an hour in on her book. And Mika, how's it going with the diamond art? Are you still doing the diamond art while you're listening, or you're just listening, reading now? It's pretty impressive that you can multitask in Norwegian. So there's one that was abandoned near where the children were living, and they made it their clubhouse. Oh, I thought they actually lived in it. Yeah, another sprint sounds good. Tina, are you going to finish your book on this sprint? Maybe. I am going to finish my chapter on this sprint. I am. Yeah, I'm not even a quarter through this diamond painting. They're little itty bitty pieces, right? So it takes time and you have to make sure you get them perfect because your thing is super sticky. Is that right? It sounds tedious and painstaking. Oh, I have an hour and 17 minutes left, so no, but almost. They might have actually, I know it's been a long time. It's been, like I said, probably 50 years. But I do think I might want to like, maybe when I'm back in the US in April, I'll hit up a library some afternoon and like just sit there and read the Boxcar Children and see how it aged, if it aged well or not. If I'm like, oh Lord, this explains why my life turned out the way it did, right? If these are the books that were shaping my future, it makes sense that now this is how it all turned out. Or maybe not. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I'm going to look. And I just remember the older girl making it look nice with curtains. That would be a fun buddy read. It would be. Maybe we should, I don't even know if you can get, like, I don't have access to the library. Well, I do have access to the library, but I'm pretty sure they don't have the Boxcar Children here in Portugal. And although I guess I should look, maybe they do. And it probably would be the right age for me to be able to read it in Portuguese. And maybe we could do that for one of our like readings, our Treehouse book club. We could do some Boxcar Children. Oh, it's actually pretty relaxing. You can wiggle the pieces a bit when you place them. Oh, it doesn't like the image of like you like figuring out which piece goes where doesn't sound relaxing to me at all. So I'm glad that like it's relaxing for you. because I feel like it would stress me out trying to make it perfect. But I guess if you can wiggle them, like you have like, you don't have to be completely perfect every time you put a piece down. That would make it less stressful. Reading it in another language would be fun. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna look and see because that maybe, yeah. I'll head over to the library this weekend if it's open and see if they have it in Portuguese. I'll have to look up the words. I know the words for children, but I don't know the word for boxcar. And it may not even be boxcar. It may be like the train children or like children of the train or orphan children who lived in the meadow. It could be like, I don't even know what the title of this book would be. It could be hilarious. I would have to have both versions available though, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Like that is the downside to reading this book in Portuguese is that I don't have an English translation. And if I had, well, look, I'm almost halfway through. The next book that I get, I think in Portuguese, is gonna be a book that maybe a book that I already have read in English, so that I already know the story and I'm already sort of familiar, so that when I read it, maybe in Portuguese, it'll make more sense. So I just have to get through the last half of this book. And then I can, that I've been reading for 2 years, as Tina so nicely pointed out the other day. Yes. So in 2 years, I will buy a book and read it again. Anyway, so all right, we're running into our time. Let's go to the top of the hour. Let me set this banner. All right, I'll see you guys in 40 minutes. Okay. All right. So I finished my chapter. Yeah, yeah, I did. Let's see. Um, okay. The English version of the Boxcar Kids is on KU. Oh no, just Kindle. Okay, well that's good. I have a Kindle. Sergio. Hello, hello. Are you still here? Welcome. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. Are you reading? Are you working? What did you do during the last sprint? Tina got to 70 and had something to eat. I know. I was actually, my stomach was growling, and I was like, what am I going to cook for dinner when this is over? Um, and I feel like it's going to have to be pasta because that's quick and easy. 70%, yay! My chapter, yay! Yeah, Tina, are you going to just finish your book tonight? You're almost done, so you could. I am going to eat dinner, and then I have I actually have a Zoom thing I have to do in an hour from now. So I have an hour to eat dinner and get ready for my Zoom call. Um, so yeah. So my day is not over. Hello, hello. Hi, just found your channel. Oh, I'm reading Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. I love C.S. Lewis. And I haven't read Mere Christianity for 30 years, maybe. Oh, I'm interested. How are you liking it? Did you just start it? What do you think about it? Yes, Tina, you should be able to finish it tonight if you want to. Yeah. Oof. So the next book, I'm gonna keep my Portuguese book and just read it again next. Like I only read it on sprints when I'm reading. And then I need to start one of the nonfiction books that I'm reading for the BookTube Prize. That is the book that I need to read next, so I can stay on track for all of that. But I'm not reading anymore tonight. Oh, I'm enjoying it so far. Oh my gosh, you're almost halfway in. Ooh, it's good, right? I remember it being very, and I might be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. Very like smart, like easy to read, but like you're thinking while you're doing it. Is that what you're experiencing too? I have spring scheduled for this evening. I have sprints. Is that what you mean? Scheduled for this evening. But I might move them up to like right now because I have nothing else to do after you hop off. Yes, Tina, you should start your sprints now, and everybody should go to Tina's channel and do sprints with Tina. I mean, why not? I love him too. C.S. Lewis is great. Love his work as well. And earlier, wait, am I making this up? Maybe I'm making this up. We weren't talking about the Chronicles of Narnia, were we? Who was I talking about the Chronicles of Narnia with today? Was it you guys on this sprint? No, no. Anyway, anyway, it means nothing. Yeah. Sprints. Okay, cool. Yes, everyone go over to Tina's channel and do sprints. Mika's like, enough, I'm starving. Me too. Mika, what are you making for dinner? Christina Red. Yeah, I think smart is a good word and definitely easy to read. Very insightful, I think, too. Yeah. I feel like I should pick that up again and like have another look at it since it's been so long since I've read it. I wonder like, and I'm older now, and I wonder what I still think about it now, all of these years later. Got lots of work done. Good, good, good. Updating the bullet journal. Good. Do you keep like notes and stuff on your writing in your bullet journal, or do you just use it for like a planner and like a tracker? What do you do with your bullet journal? Yes, Tina says, yes, I'll join you. Good, 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 good. A whole chapter. I finished a chapter, Christina. We're like on the same page. No, I don't think we talked about the Chronicles of Narnia. But I feel I talked to somebody about it, or something happened to me today with the Chronicles of Narnia, but I can't think of what that could possibly be. Oh, good. Change the time on the spreadsheet. Vanessa is on her last sprint too, but she has about 50 minutes left. Okay. So then everybody can go over to Tina. Just sandwiches, too late to cook. I know. That's why I think I'm just doing like pasta with Parmesan. Boring, but delicious. Just boring to-do list and notes on projects. I may start notes on what I'm reading too, as multiple notebooks don't work for me. Yeah. Yeah. I used to keep, like, when I did a physical bullet journal, I just used to keep everything in there. And it, like, so I knew, like, if I ever had to look back for anything, I'd be like, I feel like that was 2022 and I was like maybe April. Let me go back and see what was going on in my life because it's all in there. Christina, change it to 3:15. Thanks for the sprints, Viv. Thanks for coming to the sprints, Christina. Thanks, Tina, for taking over the sprints. Tina, do you want to, is there, Christina, can you drop the link to Tina's, hang on, I wonder if I can drop the link to Tina's sprints in the comments so that like people can just click and go over to her channel. Let me see. Do I have the link to her sprints? Tina. Where's Tina? There she is. Sorry, I'm just looking for the link for Tina's sprints scheduled for 228, 226. Here it is, 221. And share, copy. Here we go. All right. Hey, if you guys want to go over to Tina's sprints, that's like, I think that's the right link to where they're happening. But if not, I will hopefully see you guys again, maybe next week, or maybe in somebody else's sprints at some point. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.